Tell me this, repo rate is recently, there's a cut in repo rate. What does repo stand for? Okay, what do you understand by narrow money and broad money?
So what can India do to keep our youth happy?
Do you think some lot of unemployment will be generated because of AI?
Please let me know what is the ideal high tension to low tension transmission line ratio.
When you talk about Alwar's inclusion in NCR, has it benefited Alwar?
You are Mr. Nitish Kumar.
Yes, sir.
So Nitish, you are from Rajasthan
Yes, sir.
and you have studied in NIT Hamirpur.
Yes, sir.
And Nitish, your subject has been economics.
Yes, sir.
Very nice. And tell me this, repo rate is recently, there's a cut in repo rate. What does repo stand for?
Sir, repo is a repurchasing agreement.
Is it agreement or is it option? O stands for what?
Sir, actually I'm not sure, but somewhere I read repurchase agreement.
REPO.
Yes, sir.
Is it agreement or is it option?
Sir, I'm not sure.
And if it is agreement, what kind of agreement it is? And if it is option, what kind of option it is?
At repo rate, government provide money to banks.
Government.
Sorry, RBI provide money to banks and keep government securities in return of that money. So it is an agreement that when banks return that money, they have to purchase that government securities from RBI.
What is the implication of the cut in repo rate? And why is repo rate so important?
Sir, with the cut in repo rate, there will be lower interest rate and money supply in the economy will increase. So inflation is already low in the economy. So as money supply increase, overall demand in economy will increase. So it will be a boost to our economic growth.
Okay, what do you understand by narrow money and broad money?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall exactly.
M1, M2, M3, M4. Do you remember any one of these?
Yes, sir. M1, narrow money is usually the cash public holds and their deposits in the bank. Broad money include all their savings and postal savings accounts and overall money in the system, money supply in the system.
Who is father of economics?
Sir, Adam Smith. Adam Smith, sir.
What professor was he? He was professor of which subject?
Sorry, sir.
He's called father of economics. So he was professor of which subject?
Sir, I'm not sure if he was an economics professor.
Who is mother of economics?
Sorry, sir, I'm not.
No idea.
No, sir.
Okay.
India's neighborhood has not exactly been peaceful in the recent past, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me, at least, let's go like this, from say Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, then we come to Sri Lanka, Maldives. What is happening in this region? Is there a common thread?
There has been instability in the neighborhood due to various reasons. Some can be the basic reasons like government functioning, backsliding of democracy, and unemployment and youth issues. And some like in Myanmar, there is issue of military coup. And in Sri Lanka also there were protests only due to economic recession, economic slowdown. There was problem in Sri Lanka. And recently in Nepal also there were youth protests. So majorly there is problems of governance and these unemployment and curbing over freedom of people. These have been the main reasons in the neighborhood that has led to.
But who has led these movements?
These countries mostly have led these
Something which is being referred to as?
Gen Z protests.
So what is Gen Z? What is Z first of all?
And Z4 is Gen Z, ma'am, the generation which has been born after 97 to 2030.
Z is the American way of saying Z. Okay. So like XYZ they say, huh? We say XYZ, but they say XYZ. So they have, so this is a comparatively younger generation. So what is their problem really?
Sometimes their freedoms are curbed, and there are problem of lack of opportunity, economic opportunities, and the problem of social media. It is working as the amplifier. Once there is some misinformation or some fake news, that it works as amplifier, so it is spread very fast.
So you started quite well. It's corruption and failure of governance at one level. At the second level is the unemployment, frustration of the youth, and their total sort of dependence on social media. And this whole effect snowballing into some kind of a protest. But it is also alleged that these protests have had some foreign hands helping them, because they cannot sustain beyond a point if it's a amorphous kind of a thing. So would you think that there's some weight in this argument?
I'm not sure. There might be some foreign help or something like that, but it is not officially confirmed anything like that.
So what can India do to keep our youth happy and keep at least not snowballing into this kind of an effect? Is there any lesson we can learn from all this?
Ma'am, one thing is providing ample opportunity to youth for education and employment, and some kind of monitoring of social media from spreading any fake news or all kind of these. One thing is India doing of like curbing the foreign funding in NGOs, and India is keeping a vigil on that also. Other, we can improve on our border security to prevent any kind of this smuggling or organized crimes rackets. And these are the few steps India can take to tackle.
But do you think India has a potential to light up like that?
Some things may take time, but definitely India can do all these things.
No, but does Indian youth is so dissatisfied with the system? Is Indian youth appears to be dissatisfied with the system?
Ma'am, some section of society always remain dissatisfied no matter what. Government is doing well, but there is no widespread dissatisfaction like in Bangladesh or Europe. But there may be some pockets of dissatisfaction where there is a lack of development or.
Okay, so now I would like to tell you, you to tell me about what happened with Indigo airline.
Ma'am, DGCA imposed
Is it like closed now, Indigo?
No, ma'am, it's running.
Okay.
There was some flight duty time limitation because of the extra working hours of pilots. Government increased the rest time of pilots from 36 hours to 48 hours a week. So there was pilot shortage in Indigo because they did not take steps when DGCI notified.
So what is being done to ease out the crisis?
Currently, government has notified to cut the flights by 10% so that pilots have enough time and rest. And in long term, there is need to increase further competition and bring more players in the market, so that that kind of crisis or monopoly, not monopoly, but India holds more than 65% of the market, so that it can be reduced and we are not dependent on a single player.
Last month, the Prime Minister met with Sundar Pichai. You know who Sundar Pichai is, right? And this month only, last week, I think he met with, or maybe earlier this week, he met with Satya Nadella. Yeah. So these two people have come and promised something to us and pledged substantial amount of dollars. For what?
They are investing in India for new technology like AI and cloud computing, all this. I don't remember the exact amount, but that is a significant amount.
15, Google says 15 and they say 17 billion. So the AI as such, why do we need so much investments in AI? Aren't we capable ourselves?
Actually, developing AI infrastructure and storage hardware infrastructure takes a lot of investment. Along with that, a lot of energy requirements, and we need skilled workforce. For that, we have to for that also we have to invest. So it is a costly affairs in.
Okay, thank you, Nikhilji. Nitish.
Okay, Nitish, just tell me, since we are talking of AI, AI is emerging as a disruptor for many fields. Do you think some lot of unemployment will be generated because of AI?
Sir, there will definitely be some repetitive tasks which will be replaced by AI. As ILO and Niti Aayog also said that AI will definitely affect the employment. But along with that, it is also creating the jobs like high-paying jobs of software and research and the AI development, which also needs a skilled workforce. It is also creating job, but it depends on in which sectors we apply this AI. If we apply this AI in the sectors which are more elastic to demands, so demand will further increase in production.
Okay, now tell me one thing. Can we go ahead with total autonomy for AI? Say in HR, AI is able to analyze and give decisions, select a person. Can we do that? Have we reached the stage? Is it correct?
No, sir, some kind of human intervention, human supervision is always required over machines because AI is based on data and there can be some errors in data and some technical fault also. I think some kind of human intervention is always required over machines or AI.
Okay. You are electrical engineer, right?
Yes.
Then tell me about the issues with e-vehicles. Why these are not becoming very popular?
Sir, one thing is initial cost. They are costly compared to. Next is charging infrastructure.
Third.
Third is their pickup is a bit lesser compared to our combustion engine vehicle.
Have you tried that?
So I have read only.
It is a different. There's no resistance. Anyway, and what happened to the batteries after 7-8 years when the batteries go bad? Has government thought of it? Something about it? Because whatever e-vehicle you buy, they say battery life is 7 years, 8 years. Then imagine thousands of batteries getting bad.
Sir, there was something related to lithium processing, but I am not completely aware about that.
Okay, you worked in Prayas.
Yes.
What were you doing in Prayas?
Sir, sorry, sir.
NGO Prayas.
Yes, sir.
You worked there, I mean, as a volunteer.
Sir, actually, it was not an NGO.
Yeah.
It was like a small initiative in our college to teach the underprivileged children of nearby schools and all the construction workers working there. So it was not an formal NGO. It was just a small initiative.
So when you did that, what you feel, how at present our education system focusing only on percentage. We're not focusing on ethics and ethos and values. How do you think it can be inculcated?
Sir, one thing is change in curriculum. We have to include the famous personalities and the which have been the examples of integrity and which have worked well in their field, and we have to be
They're not part of the books.
we have to not only part of the we have to be like they have to be included more, and there should be some practical learning also, like direct interaction and
With whom?
with the like famous personalities and which have been performed very well, like some honest officers and all these.
So with the famous personalities or with the people who need support? What do you feel? Or some poor people, some orphanage, should they go there or should they meet famous personalities?
No, sir, actually people which have worked well for these vulnerable sections and which has been exemplary in their career, interaction with that will also help.
Nitish, you are an electrical engineer. Please let me know what is the ideal high tension to low tension transmission line ratio. Are you even aware that there is an ideal ratio of high tension to low tension transmission?
So I would have read, but I'm not able to read.
Okay, no problem. What is the basic mechanism behind functioning of a transformer?
So it works on mutual induction principle. In primary, when AC current is supplied through its primary windings, there is mutual induction which induce currents in secondary windings, which further supply current to the circuit.
So, what is the induction in electrical engineering? Explain it considering us as a layman, what is induction?
Sir, when current is flown through a conductor, it generates current flow through a conductor. It generates a magnetic field, induced magnetic field around that conductor.
So in electricity, for electrical activities, you have to generate electricity. And we are saying that you will generate magnetic field. Means if I have to generate electricity, how the concept of induction will be applied? What happens in a generator?
Sir, actually, because of change in that magnetic field, there will be generation of electromotive force in the windings which are placed in secondary windings. So that will get to the load.
I mean, change in or the change in flux of the magnetic field can produce electricity as well.
Yes, sir.
No,
Yes.
it can happen other way around as well. So that is how it will produce electricity. You have studied economics as well, so I would like to know, have you heard this term Goldilocks moment for Indian economy? It was in news recently.
Yes, sir.
What it is?
Sir, when economy is in a good shape, everything is working well, and economy is growing well, that situation is called Goldilocks.
So in what context it was said that Indian economy, on what occasion it was said that Indian economy is in Goldilocks moment?
Sir, in Q2, Indian economic growth was 8.2%, and inflation is also at lowest level, 0.25%.
So you have studied economics in depth, I can see. So I would like to know what is the fundamental difference in the viewpoint of Adam Smith and John Maynard Keynes.
Sir, Adam Smith, actually he advocated for a completely free market. He advocated for invisible hand of market. He advocated that government should intervene minimally, at least almost zero. Why Keynes argued that there should be government intervention whenever there is a slowdown in economy, or to maintain it at a equilibrium at full employment level. So there was a basic difference of government intervention in both economy.
So you talked about invisible hands. So what are these invisible hands in context of economics?
Sir, actually, when an individual works for his self-interest, indirectly it leads to competition in the market, and it indirectly benefits the consumers because of efficiency in the market.
Which two hands Adam Smith is actually referring to as invisible hands of the market? It is demand and supply of the products, right? Okay, fine. You have, I can see you have interest in cricket as well. You watch and play as well, cricket as well, right? So what do you think? The idea of having 3 different captains in 3 different formats, is it a good idea and is it working well for Indian cricket team?
Sir, there are both benefits and some disadvantages also. Benefits is that if there are different captains of different format, there are different specialists in different format. Like
Right now, do we have 3 different captains in 3 formats?
no, sir. Suman Gill is captain in both Test and ODIs. And so,
You were explaining what are the benefits and challenges.
challenges are that like if a player is playing all 3 formats, he had to adjust differently with different captains. That coordination problem may be there. And in benefits, if a player is expert of one format only, so he may understand that format very well, so he can bring his expertise and efficiency in that format.
Thank you, Nitish.
Nitish, you are from Alwar.
Yes, sir.
Does Alwar lie is included? Is it included in NCR?
Yes.
Okay. What is the difference between NCR and NCT?
Sir, NCT is the main Delhi and National Capital Territory, which includes Delhi and adjacent area like Narela, Bhuwana, and all. And NCR is a wider term, including all the regions surrounding Delhi, like Alwar and Bharatpur, and some regions Haryana also.
Okay. When you talk about Alwar's inclusion in NCR, has it benefited Alwar? And in what ways, if it has?
Sir, actually, infrastructure wise, there will be some benefits because, like now there is proposed regional rapid transit system, and when you state highways and expressways are also passing here, by industries are developing here. So in that way, it has benefited Alwar.
Okay. And Are there any demerits also? Some things which have not been right because of its inclusion? Can you point out?
One thing is, because of this infrastructure in industries, there are some negative consequences that are because of these.
Like? Okay. Okay. So your interest is in trekking the Himalayas. What is the difference between trekking and hiking?
Sir, hiking is usually a small journey we take like in a day, or is like some half day and a day, while trekking is a longer journey we take over 2-3 days. So we used to camp in Himalayas and like spending night also there.
What all treks have you undertaken?
Sir, usually I have done trek in Himachal and Uttarakhand. In Uttarakhand, I have trekked in Darwa Pass, Lodital, Uttarkasi district. And apart from that, Tungnath and Chandrashila trek. In Himachal, recently I went to Lalanti Pass. Before that, I went to Hamta Pass. I went to Triund. Before that, I went to Rasol Pass. And one or two I have.
So you have taken quite a few. I mean, you have done lot of treks, I'll say. One thing which often trekkers are accused of is that because they want to pursue a hobby, they are damaging, polluting fragile Himalayan ecosystems. Do you agree with that?
Sir, there are instances of generation of waste and all these, but some trekkers which are environmentally aware, they are taking care of that also. Like they are not spreading so much waste, but there are some degradation of environment, and trails are also there. But along with that, they are helping the local economy and boosting tourism also. So there can be some kind of regulation and some more infrastructure development for waste generation, waste management, and all these.
Talked about regulation. What kind of regulations can be put?
Sir, actually there are only a few tracks which are commercialized. So load is already on high on those tracks. There should be some study of carrying capacity of a region. So we can diversify more, like commercialize more tracks, and we can collaborate with these tracking agencies which are usually creating these tracks, and they are conducting these tracks in groups.
So are you suggesting making these trekking agencies these responsible in any ways? Do you want to regulate them?
No, so we can collaborate with them. So in managing this waste and like developing more trails in other tracks also, so that one track is not overburdened.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Nitish, you are a railway officer now.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, railway was called to be an enterprise earlier. It is no more called an enterprise.
Sir, one thing is, before railway was the major revenue earning department in the government. In 1920-30s, it was earning almost 80% of total revenue. Now that share has been reduced by fair margin. I can think of this reason only.
You did not get the question. I said it was an enterprise, it is no more an enterprise. So what defines an enterprise? What is the size of the budget of Ministry of Railways?
Sir, it was around 2.6 lakh crore last year.
What as a percentage of total budget?
So total, as a percentage of total budget, was almost 5%.
Almost 5%. And what was the size of the defense budget?
Sir, that was all. I'm not able to recall exactly, but I think it was around 6%.
All right. So your formal interview is over. And now, as far as feedback is concerned, I think it was a mixed kind of interview. Some questions you handled nicely, but you started very poorly on economics. Economics is your subject. And all questions you wrongly answer. And narrow money and broad money, you so confidently, so wrongly described. You did not know. And father of economics, anybody knows, but he was a professor of moral philosophy. Okay? Economics word उनके बाद आया. Wealth of Nation, ये book आने के बाद economics word आया. उससे पहले कौन सा word ही नहीं. So if you are a student of economics, you should know. Mother of economics sometimes. आपके जो इंडियन नोबेल प्राइज विनर है, कौन है? Amartya Sen sometimes is called mother of developmental economics. Okay, sometimes, not always. So I think these things you should be generally knowing. Otherwise, except for your not ठीक नहीं है आपकी टाइप नहीं है सर वो क्योंकि यू शुड बी ऑफिसर लाइक और आपसे एक्सपेक्टेशन ज़्यादा रहेंगी. हम लोगों ने रेलवेज के क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछे लेकिन वहाँ पर आपसे रेलवेज के बहुत क्वेश्चन पूछे. यू हैव टू बी रेडी. और रेलवेज में जो यूपीएससी में चेंजेस हुए हैं ओवर ए पीरियड ऑफ टाइम और वो दोबारा से उसको रिवर्स करने के मूड में है. तो ये आपसे उस तरह की चीज़ें भी पूछिए.
I would also say that if you don't know the answer, say you don't know the answer. There's no need to do guessing, etc. In my case, you did not guess so much, but still it looked somewhere that you are a little weak and you're just rambling a little bit. तो वो मत. आपका इंटरव्यू डेट कब है अभी? सो वी विल नॉट मेक यू नर्वस, बट जो हो रहा है अखबारों में, अखबार ठीक से पढ़िए and be aware of what's happening around. ठीक है. Economics is a very important field. Something or the other keeps happening in economics, something related to economics that you should also be aware and just do well. And थोड़ा सा आवाज़ ऊंची कर सकते हैं तो कर लीजिए. Otherwise, if it's your natural voice, let it be. And eye contact थोड़ा better बनाइए. आप मुझे ही देख रहे हैं, आप सभी को थोड़ा बीच बीच में देख लें तो अच्छा है. ठीक है.
Nitish, very calm, composed, right? And one good thing is that you already know. Think of lots of people who don't have anything. So you are good. You're already in a level where you know your level is up. You go boldly. Just consolidate next 2 days, 3 days, whatever your knowledge is, whatever outcomes of today, just consolidate this and focus. अभी बहुत दाएं बाएं हाथ पैर मारने की जरूरत नहीं, वो करो, सीखो. जस्ट गो अहेड. ऑल द बेस्ट.
नीतीश, रेलवेज का आप खाली मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ रेलवेज की एनुअल रिपोर्ट पढ़ लेना. सारे नंबर्स मिल जाएंगे आपको कार्गो के भी, हर चीज़ के. तो आई थिंक दैट सिंगल डॉक्यूमेंट विल बी यूजफुल फॉर यू क्योंकि उसको कोट कर सकते हो. अगर कुछ पूछें तो यू कैन से इट इज़ फ्रॉम द एनुअल रिपोर्ट. सो जस्ट रीड एनुअल रिपोर्ट ऑफ राइट. और कुछ रेलवेज में उसमें बहुत मिल जाएगा आपको. तो जस्ट टेक इट आउट फ्रॉम.
यस सर.
प्रश्नों में तो आपने सही जवाब दिया है. क्रिकेट में गोल्डी लॉक मोमेंट, ऑल दोज आंसर्स वे राइट. इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग वाले क्वेश्चंस में यू आर फंबलिंग. मेरा सजेशन ये है कि चैट जीपीटी पे आप उसको बोलें गिव मी 20 स्टैंडर्ड क्वेश्चंस विद आंसर ऑन इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग. सब देख लीजिए, ये सब हाई टेंशन लो टेंशन ये सब मिल जाएगा वहाँ.
मेरे हिसाब से सही है. रेलवेज पार्ट अच्छे से बस करना है, सर ने बताइए. आई थिंक मेरे हिसाब से सही है.
श्योर, नॉट टू वरी. आराम से जाइए. यू आर गुड कैंडिडेट. थोड़ा सा ब्रशअप कर लीजिए रेलवेज वगैरह का और बाकी चीज़ों. राइट. सो ऑल द बेस्ट टू यू.
थैंक यू सर. थैंक यू मैम.